All right, welcome to UCEAP 101. Your adventure starts here. We have a lot of information packed into this presentation, so we'll move quickly. Please feel free to take screenshots of any of the slides. The presentation is being recorded and will be posted to the UCEAP YouTube channel after the presentation is over. Captions are available if you would like to enable that function in Zoom. We will also have a Q&A session at the end of the webinar, and you can send questions to us via the chat box.
Let's highlight the benefits of studying abroad through UCEAP, the official study abroad provider for the entire UC system. We strive to increase access to the transformative power of study abroad for students of all races, ethnicities, and socioeconomic backgrounds. We believe study abroad prepares the next generation of leaders with the global perspective and intercultural competence needed to effect positive change in our interconnected world. Our programs are designed specifically for UC students. With hundreds of options available, you will find the perfect study abroad program to suit your needs. While on UCEAP, you remain enrolled in your UC campus, which means you do not need to take a leave of absence during your study abroad program, and your UC financial aid goes with you. Additionally, you are guaranteed that all the courses you take abroad will receive UC credit.
We offer you the world. UCEAP has programs based in over 40 countries, and we know that for some students, program selection is all about location, location, location. So when choosing a program, consider where it is you want to spend your time while you are abroad. UCEAP has 7 options available in Africa and the Middle East. These off the beaten path programs could be an ideal fit for those of you looking to stray a bit from the traditional study abroad experience. From our neighbor to the north, Canada, to the geographically rich region of southern Chile, explore the diversity of experiences available both inside and outside of the classroom on UCEAP's programs in the Americas. Expand your horizons beyond the confines of the traditional classroom experience by exploring the most dynamic cities in the world and immersing yourself in their vibrant culture. In addition to our 2 locations in Oceania, UCEAP also has programs available in East, South, and Southeast Asia. UCEAP has 15 destinations spread over the different regions in Europe. From large cosmopolitan capital cities to cozy medieval towns, you'll find a location that piques your personal interest and allows you to expand your academic and cultural explorations.
UCEAP programs are developed to help students accomplish their academic, career, and personal goals. There are several types of experiences available for you to consider. So when choosing a program, it's important to ask yourself about your priorities and what you hope to accomplish while abroad. On an immersion program, you will be in class with local students and select courses from host university departments. With an international program, you will choose classes from a list designed for study abroad students. You'll learn alongside other international students and get to make friends from all over the world. Our internship and research programs provide you with hands-on experience that can be applied to your academic and career goals. And while research and internships are a built-in component of these experience types, they are also optional components of many of our other programs. Additionally, you may be eligible to apply for a UCEAP internship or undergraduate research award after your program ends. These awards start at $500 and recognize students who have distinguished themselves through internships and research conducted while studying abroad with UCEAP. Language programs offer the opportunity for you to concentrate on learning the language and culture of your host country. Themed programs focus on a specific topic or area of study. It gives you in-depth knowledge on a topic such as business, psychology, public health, or sustainability, for example. Multi-site is just like it sounds. You will study and visit in 2 or more locations and explore the unique perspectives in each site. And finally, with UC curriculum programs, you choose courses from a short custom menu designed for the University of California, while also meeting students from around the UC system.
UCEAP offers programs year-round and for different lengths of time. When choosing a program, think about how study abroad fits within your personal timeline. Our academic calendar starts with summer. Because most universities around the world run on the semester system, many of the programs offered by UCEAP are semester long as well. No worries for quarter campus students though, you are eligible to participate on both our quarter and semester length programs. You will just be abroad longer when on a semester program, and your units will reflect this.
Now we'll talk through some of the academic considerations of the study abroad process. So as was mentioned earlier in this session, as a UC EAP participant, you will earn direct UC credit for the coursework you complete abroad. This means the courses, units, and grades will post to your UC transcript. They will count towards your total units and GPA and can be used to fulfill specific requirements like GEs, breadth, or major courses. If you are considering what study abroad program is best for you, we recommend that you have a conversation with your college or department academic advisor. Together, you can review your degree plan, and they may have recommendations for when is the best time for you to study abroad and what kind of requirements you might want to focus on completing abroad in order to stay on track towards your degree. Now, for coursework from abroad to fulfill degree requirements, you will likely need to submit a petition to your college, department, or academic advisor. As part of this petition, you should include a syllabus so that whoever is reviewing your petition can know the topics covered in the course from abroad. The petition process may happen before, during, or after your study abroad program, depending on your UC campus. You can find syllabi posted on many UC EAP program web pages, or we will also link to our host institution websites where you can search for syllabi or course descriptions. And I will talk more about that later in this session. Okay, so depending on the program, you may register for courses at the host institution or complete a course preference survey either before your program begins or once you arrive on site. For other programs, the curriculum is the same for all participants, so no registration is required. After your course registration abroad is finalized, you will confirm your courses with UCEAP through the online student portal on what we refer to as a study list. It's the means by which we know every course that every UCEAP participant takes abroad. Then after the program ends, we will enter your grades from study abroad into your study list and send them to your campus registrar to post to your UC transcript. Now, one thing to note is that grades from abroad are not available as quickly as grades at your home UC. So keep this in mind, especially if you are a graduating senior. And we do have this timeline noted on every program webpage on the UCEAP website. So at least you'll have a general idea of when to expect your grades.
Money matters. The total cost of studying abroad varies by country due to the local cost of living, round-trip airfare, exchange rates, and individual spending habits. But on average, a year abroad costs about the same as a year at your UC campus. Some programs actually even cost less. UCEAP works with your campus and our partners abroad to make the financial process as seamless for you as possible. As a UC program, UCEAP offers continued UC enrollment and tuition. This means that your UC financial aid will travel with you. So students who receive UC financial aid continue to receive their grants, loans, and scholarships. All students should plan to submit a FAFSA application. Even if you have not previously received financial aid, you may be eligible when you study abroad. Be sure that you also apply for a UCEAP scholarship because all UCEAP participants are eligible for consideration. You are also encouraged to look into any other funding opportunities that may be available to you. UCEAP accountants work with our on-site contacts to create a budget for each individual program. The amount factors in your UC tuition, insurance, transportation, visa processing, activities, housing, meals, books, laundry, and much more. It basically will include everything we expect you will need while on the program. Your campus financial aid office will use your UCEAP program budget to calculate your financial aid package. This means that the amount and distribution will be adjusted to fit your personal situation and specific program cost. Additionally, UCEAP offers an extended payment plan designed to give students an opportunity to pay their UCEAP program fees over an extended period of time. There is no interest charge for this option because the extended payment plan is not a loan. Studying abroad is a personal journey. Motivation, priorities, goals, and needs vary by each individual, and program selection should involve careful thought and preparation. Depending on your personal identity and related circumstances, there may be additional details that you want to factor into your decision-making process. How do you plan to fund your program? In addition to UCEAP scholarships, there may be other ways to help make your program more affordable. For example, there are a few countries that allow international or exchange students to work during the program. It is possible that some terms may have more aid available than others due to your campus's financial aid cycle. If you are a non-resident, summer programs do not charge non-resident tuition. Do you receive medical care, see a counselor, or take any medication? If so, you will want to contact your doctor well in advance to discuss a treatment plan for you while you are abroad. Certain medications, services, and specialists might not be available in some countries, so you may need to make alternate plans. If you receive accommodations at your UC, it is important to know that accommodations abroad are not guaranteed. Early disclosure is important. The process to request accommodations can take several months, and it involves working closely with your campus disabilities office and UCEAP. If you plan to bring a dependent with you, be aware that there will be many logistics to arrange ahead of time for both you and your dependent. Due to visa, housing, and other restrictions, some programs may not be possible. If you are an undocumented or DACA student, you can consult with an immigration attorney free of charge on your campus to determine if study abroad is right for you. Plan ahead as the preparation process is complex and can take several months or even a year to complete. And these are just some examples of things to consider as you search for the destination that best suits you. In many cases, planning early is key, and your campus study abroad office is a great resource on these matters. Now that you know all the basics about UCEAP, let's move on to the application process. Applying for a program involves a couple different steps. Please note that the requirements, process, and timeline will vary by program. A general starting point is the UCEAP website. Browse the different programs available and check that you meet their eligibility requirements. Most of the programs have plenty of capacity, and as long as you meet the eligibility requirements and program deadlines, you should be able to participate. Once you decide which program you are interested in, complete your campus's application process by their deadline. Keep in mind that deadlines can be as early as 9 months prior to the start of the program, and some applications are processed on a first-come, first-served basis. So the earlier you can start planning, the better. In addition to your campus application, you must also submit an online UCEAP application for your program. A link is available on the UCEAP website. Now, applications for most 2024-25 programs opened on November 1st. So programs for the upcoming summer, fall, and year are likely already full or their deadlines have passed. Spring 2025 programs should still be available at this time, with applications for impacted spring programs opening next week on April 15th. This means that those of you who are planning to apply for a spring 2025 program should be getting ready to do so now. Contact your campus study abroad office if you have any questions about a specific program's capacity or deadline. Once you complete these 2 steps and are selected to move forward with your application, we will then help you with your application requirements for the host institution and your pre-departure logistics, such as securing housing and obtaining proper visa documentation. On a related note, make sure that you have a passport. Most countries require that your passport is valid for at least 6 months after your scheduled return. The current processing time for US passports is about 2 months, not including mailing time.
Okay, we've covered a lot of general topics so far, but you may now be wondering, how do I get more information? So here we have listed some helpful resources for you. The first is obviously the UCEAP website, which I will walk through in a moment. Next is a link to office hours where you can schedule a virtual appointment with a UCEAP advisor if you have any questions as you decide on a program. You are welcome to visit the UCEAP YouTube channel to access our catalog of helpful videos. We are also offering an Exploring Your Identity Abroad series with webinars throughout the year in collaboration with the UC Study Abroad offices on the campuses. All right, let me close out of here. Okay, so if you're looking for programs, we'll start on the UCEAP homepage. And to start that search, you'll want to go to the menu in the top right corner. There are a couple of different ways to look for programs. Under Explore UCEAP, you can search by region. And if you select a region, you'll see a list of countries. These are all countries where we offer programs. So if you click on any of these countries, you'll see the list of programs within that country. Search by field of study. So if you click on any of these, you'll see all of the programs where you can take coursework in that field of study. Just one thing to note about this list is that it is a list of some of the most popular fields of study in the UC system, but it is by no means an exhaustive list. Search by experience. So these are the experience types that we talked about earlier in the presentation. So say you want to do research abroad. If you click on this link here, you will see all of the programs where research is the primary component of a study abroad experience. And then the last way to search for programs is this Find a Program button. It will take you to this separate page where you can see a series of filters on the left-hand side. And then on the right here, these are just kind of basic information about each of the program results. So some of these program filters we just talked about in the other ways to find programs. So search by region or country, so by location, disciplines, similar to fields of study, and then experience types. Those are the experience types we just talked about. So UCEAP has 168 programs. That's a lot of program options. So I'm going to run through an example of how you can narrow down the program options and find something that might be best suited for you. So I would recommend starting with disciplines. And disciplines are essentially just very broad academic categories, usually encompassing more than one academic field within them. So I'm going to go computer science and engineering. And when you select a discipline, it does populate a subfilter called subject areas. And these are more narrow academic fields within the discipline that you selected. Let's go computer science. All right. Another very helpful filter I find is this courses taught in. So, if you want to study in a particular language, you can certainly filter by that here, but I actually find it really useful to search for coursework in English because outside of the very obvious English-speaking countries, sometimes it's hard to know where you can study in English abroad. So this will show you all of the locations all over the world where you can study in English. All right, so we've brought it down to 71 programs, which is better, but that's still a lot of options. So I'm going to continue to apply some filters. Let's go by region. Let's go to Europe and country. I work with Spain, so let's go to Spain. Okay, 4 programs. That's definitely a lot better. Let me explain what the remaining filters are here. Okay, so we talked experience type, term. If you know the particular term that you want to study abroad, you can certainly filter by that here. And then these remaining filters have to do with eligibility for programs. So say, for example, you're a sophomore and you're curious what programs a sophomore would be eligible for, you can certainly select that here and it will display any programs where a sophomore could apply. Okay, let's see. We'll choose Carlos Tercero, University of Madrid, and this Python and data science. Okay, so after you filter the programs, you're not done there. You should really visit the program in the individual program web pages to find more information and confirm that it is indeed a program that will work for you. So on the program web pages, you'll see the same kind of general information that you saw on the previous page, a bit of description about the program, kind of an explanation about the university or where you'll be studying, and then more detailed information is available in these tabs on the left-hand side. So dates and eligibility will show you all of the terms where you can study or when you can study on the program. And then if you click on the drop-down menu, it will show you the eligibility requirements for that particular term on that particular program. The academics page has a lot of information. It will tell you, is Spanish language in this particular program, it's Spanish. Is language study optional or required? What languages are courses taught in? The requirements for while you're studying abroad, how many courses or units you need to take. An explanation of what kind of coursework is available on the program. For this particular program, it is an immersion program, which means you are taking coursework at the host institution alongside local students. And so we have linked here to the host institution website where you can search for course information. So just as an example, go to economics. And then here is the list of all of the courses within econ at the host institution. And you can find syllabus information if you would like to. Now, contrast that to this Python and data science program, which is a program that we've designed where all students take the same 2 courses. Because it's just 2 courses, we have in fact linked directly to the syllabi on the program webpage here. All right. And then every program webpage also includes an academic culture section, kind of providing you expectations for what happens in country and in class. And then a grades section will tell you when to expect grades for the program. So fall semester at this particular program, you'd be looking at getting grades in March, and then spring semester, you'd get them in late August. Housing. So housing is going to show you the various types of housing that's available on the program. And then there's going to be a bit more information about accommodations down below. On this particular program, you're searching for housing on your own. So for example, we've referenced the housing guide, helping students find the housing on their own. All right, so the cost page will show you the estimated cost for each term, so fall, spring, and year. And it does show you, like we talked about before, everything that's included in this calculation. And then down below is customize your estimate. So if you fill in each of these fields, it will spit out a calculation that is estimated to your particular individual circumstances. So definitely take advantage of that. And support. So this just shows you the on-site and emergency support that UCEAP offers for each of our programs. So as you can see for this particular program, we do have staff on site, Rocio and Sara, and we also have, a study center as well as 24/7 emergency support if needed. And how to apply. So we talked about this earlier in the presentation, but this will outline exactly the same steps that we talked about. We do have a section here talking about will you get in? So on certain programs, we did reference that some of our programs are capacity limited. So if there is a capacity limited program, and this is an example of a capacity limited program, we will show this limited space available description here. And then if the application period has already opened and you're wondering, okay, this is a limited capacity program, is it already full? We will list that on the dates and eligibility tab. So here you would see this in parentheses. If it's full, it would say filled for, and then the given term. So that's how you would know if a capacity limited program is already full. Okay, and then finally on the how to apply page, we have a deadline section. So each UC campus has their own deadlines. So you would need to visit the individual campus study abroad website for the deadlines that would apply to you. Okay, a couple more things I want to note is that at the bottom of every single page on our website, we do have this info@UCEAP email address. So if you have any questions, you can certainly reach out to that email address, and they will make sure that the appropriate advisor will receive your email and be able to answer your questions. Otherwise, if you already have an idea of what program or country you want to study in, you can go to this UCEAP and contacts. And here we have listed by country the UCEAP contacts. So if you have questions about Argentina, for example, I am the academic specialist for that program, so you can certainly reach out to me. But we also have a study abroad advisor, international program specialist, and finance accountant for each of our programs. If you have any questions, we are the team to reach out to. If you're not sure who to reach out to, feel free to copy us all on a single message, and we'll make sure that whoever has the answer to your question will respond to you. And then the last thing I wanted to point out is this paying for study abroad page. Obviously, the cost of study abroad and funding your time abroad is an important consideration. So we do have this web page set up. And then we also include a page related to scholarships. So this lists scholarship opportunities, and we have a team in our scholarships department who, if you have any questions about scholarships, you can reach out to this email and they will be able to answer any questions you have. Sorry, hold on just a second. Let me go to the end. There we go.
All right, we hope this presentation has provided you with a starting point on your study abroad journey and encourage you to explore the UCEAP website for detailed information about program options, finances, health and safety, and more. You should visit your campus study abroad office, their website, or the How to Apply section on any program page on the UCEAP website for information on application steps and deadlines. Contact information for the campus offices is also available through the QR code on this slide. As mentioned earlier, we also offer office hours where you can schedule an appointment to have a video call with a UCEAP advisor to talk about our programs in more detail. You will find the link to make an office hours appointment through the QR code as well. Once you have determined which program you are going to apply to, you can start an application by selecting the Apply Now button on the UCEAP website. Please feel free to contact us if you have any questions. Our general email is on this slide. We will now move on to the Q&A portion of the webinar. You are welcome to send us any questions that you have right now through the chat.